apologies about that, guys. Yeah, so this you need to play. You know, you need to access Miracle Fusion, and the fact that it gives you battle protection as well from Tenpai, it's really good, and giving boost for Dystopia as well. You know, to allow it to use its effect. Yeah, it's just so needed in my opinion. Can't play the deck without it. One Absolute Zero. I play this because essentially, if you have Dark Law, and you can summon this, right? You can basically, let's say against Fire King, you just banish all their stuff like Ponix, Avatar, Kirins, Garunixes, like Princesses, like all that stuff is gone because of this card, along with Dark Law. But against like Kashtira, like Kashtira builds, Azamina, like it gets rid of the negation for you, and yeah, it allows you to get more pluses with Liquid Soldier after the following turn as well. So yeah, it's really good. And then the one Shining Neos. This card's just really good, just because it can destroy multiple things, like against Runic, for example. What the opponent would try to do is they'll try and summon a Hugin to protect. However, if you're popping the Hugin as well, they can't protect their fountain with it, and yeah, it's just wraps at that point if they can't beat this card, if they don't have droplets or something. For the Link monsters, I'm playing 2 Cross Crusader. This card's so needed for the deck because you can basically bring back DPUs that have not triggered in the graveyard, or you can summon back Destiny Hero Draw Hand, and Draw Hand allows you to draw 1 card along with the opponent, but the opponent's card value is not as valuable compared to this deck's card value. So essentially, you get a +1 in your turn, and you're getting a card that you can use straight away, whereas the opponent's getting a card that's basically dead. And at that point, you've already comboed off. So yeah, like if you're allowing your opponent to draw a card, like let's say it's an Imperm, and at that point, like it's gone past the point where you get any value from Imperm, and that's what my thought process was. So yeah. And then we play 1 Extra Hero Wonder Driver. This card is so good because it can recycle fusion spells, and I always go into this and leave it on my end board, to be fair, because I always want to summon Draw Hand to the zone it points to, and essentially can reset like a fusion spell or something like that. So yeah, this card is really good, and yeah, I love it so much. And then we play 1 Infernal Devicer. This card can, if I play Aqua Neos, I can search Aqua Dolphin and Neos, and then essentially get an extra +1. However, I'm not doing that at the minute. But yeah, like this card is really needed because obviously you need to get Neos for the contact. And then I play 1 Extra Hero Dread Decimator. I was sort of 50-50 on this card, but obviously I decided to play it because it basically enables like FTKs a lot easier, or OTKs even. But yeah, it's really good, especially if you get Dimensional Barriered, because you get a big monster on the field straight away, and it applies pressure on the opponent to deal with it. And yeah, so okay, I'm going to go into the main deck now. I'm going to do this as an unusual order. Obviously, I'm going to do it as main deck first, engine, and then from there, I'm going to go into explaining what parts of engines, you know, are the best ones and things like that. So yeah, so for the Elemental Hero engine, I'm playing 1, 2, and 3 Hero Lives. This card's like really good, unless you're playing against Tenpai or Yubel. And essentially, but like this card is 1 card combo for everything. If you're worried about getting drolled or shafted, you can basically use this, summon Stratos, and then add like a level 4, and then essentially play around that by going to Baguska. Now, what I usually do though, depending on the hand, and I'll explain it, if I have this with Destiny Draw, I then use this, go into Stratos, add Mali, and then go into Destiny Draw for literally straight free combo. So yeah, that's Hero Lives. Now I play 1, 2, and 3 Stratos. I was thinking about Blazeman, to be fair, but no, I just, in all honesty, just popping back row and getting the searches as well is like so needed. And it's extra consistency as well. It's, the idea is like get as many 2 card combos as possible, and it essentially increases the the consistency of the deck in terms of achieving its combo. And yeah, oh by the way, I want 1 more Shonen Jump promo. And yeah, So then I play 2 equal. I know not many hero decks play this card, but again, it's just so good. Having access to anything in terms of Stratos, Neos if you can't get access to it, or Shadow Mist or Liquid Soldier, it's so good. And also it's Ash bait as well. So essentially, your opponent sometimes will ash this just because they don't want you having access to a hero. And yeah, it's just so good. To be honest, like, I wouldn't cut this card now. I just think it's just too good not, to play not play it. Obviously, there's draw, but like in terms of draw, like you just play around it in terms of going to Bagooska, or you search Mass Change first, or you go for Plasma first, and yeah, you go from there. And then we play 2 Shadow Mist. I play 2 because I'm playing a 60 card deck essentially, and again, it's a card that gets a lot of value, especially going second as well. Because if you use it with droplets or you crash into something, you can essentially dodge draw and Lockbird because you use it in damage step and draw can't be used in damage step. So it's so yeah, it's really good in that scenario. And yeah, I just like the fact that it does dodge draw quite well. And yeah, we play 1 Liquid and the 1 Neos. I was thinking about making putting a common version in, so I would stop drawing him. But he is one of my favorite cards of all time as well. But yeah, these cards are like really needed. This is obviously mandatory. You have to play this. You have no choice. And then obviously Liquid Soldier. Some people are cutting it, obviously, but I just think that getting the draws into non-engine is just so important. You cannot like cut this card in my opinion. Even if you play Prosperity, I'll just play both. If you're gonna play a 40 card deck, you play both, because if you use this, you just discard the Prosperity that you draw, or if you use Prosperity first, then you just keep this for follow-up essentially. So yeah, I'm full of cold as well, guys, apologies. Yeah, so that's the Elemental Hero engine. You're now about to see the Destiny Hero engine, and it's quite it's a lot more than what you would expect it to be. It's not the standard, however it really worked today in particular. I need to test it on DB, but yeah, I do like this engine here. Okay, so we play 1, 2 and 3 Fusion Destinies. Again, I need 1 more ulti, please, if that is okay. So yeah, 3 Fusion Destinies. This card is just like OTK. It's like, it's game. If you open this and it resolves with effect, it's over, because you can essentially get Plasma plus Enforcer, and then potentially a Dark Law if you've got a Mass Change access as well. So yeah, this card's absurd. And the fact that it's also an in-engine go second card as well. A lot of people don't realise that probably, but yeah, like it just puts so much pressure on the opponent to deal with this or the Enforcer that comes out. And essentially, yeah, it's a going second card, and this deck is playing like 27 going second cards, like, which is mad. But that's also including this as well. So yeah, and then I'm also playing 3 Destiny Draw. So the idea behind this card is, so if you open like Hero Lives with Stratos or Stratos, and then you open this as well, you can essentially go full combo, because you go into, let's say you go Stratos, you normally add Mali, use this, discard the Mali, draw 2 random cards, which could be like Fusion Destiny or something, and then essentially go into Cross Crusader with the Mali and the Stratos, and then you can add like Increase. Sorry, not Increase, Faris. But yeah, like, this card is so good. I just feel like people don't give this card credit.